AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from downtown Baton Rouge.
Let's ride! You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Guess who's back again?
I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
With Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Let me find out your way spanks the hide your gut. Let me find out
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
So I'm just going to say Theriot. Because you do not get the grand introduction here in Hour 3. That is reserved for a man who tomorrow, when LSU and Florida take the field in Tiger Stadium, when they leave the field, there will be a fourth number there on the facade of Tiger Stadium, joining Billy Cannon's number 20, Jerry Stovall's number 21, Tommy Casanova's number 37, and tomorrow, Alexander the Great, Charles Alexander's number 4, will be retired there forever at Tiger Stadium. Cue it, yes?
Kelly Simmons in front of him. And here's Alexander.
And that
And touchdown for Charles Alexander.
Wow.
From the Sun Bowl. From the Sun Bowl, where you scored a couple times in the Sun Bowl. Y'all didn't win that game, though, huh?
Unfortunately, we lost.
Yeah, against Stanford. I know. Hey, I'll tell you what, though, the hell of a game. On the Sun Bowl all-time team, as well as the running back, two-time first-team All-American consensus, two-time All-SEC, a 1978 Heisman Trophy finalist, first-round pick of the Cincinnati Bengals, played in a Super Bowl with the Bengals. Unfortunately, those dirty 49ers got y'all. Man.
Yeah, they
Super
did.
Bowl,
They got
man.
the best of them.
I hate the 49ers.
We gave them a good game, though.
I've always hated the 49ers. Charles Alexander joining us in studio. Congratulations, sir.
Man.
We are fired up for the
much.
honor. I know you were kind enough to come on the show whenever you found out. Now that it's here, the week is here, and you've had all the festivities, what's it been like?
I got to Baton Rouge on Tuesday, and it's been nonstop. It's been. I can remember the days when I was a Heisman Trophy candidate. You can multiply that by 10.
Yeah.
It's been crazy, but I love it. I love every minute of it. It's been great.
Yeah, Ryan. Would you move the mic over just so he gets? Yeah, I know it's that's fine. That can roll off. It don't matter.
Don't want to fumble.
No,
Hold on to that ball.
You learned that. You know
That's
what's
just
we've got. It's going to be a great event tonight at Tiger Stadium. You were kind enough to invite me to come and to participate. And a lot of your teammates and family are going to be there. This isn't something that this is only the. Billy Cannon's number was retired as soon as his playing days ended. So this is only the third time we've ever seen an event like this. Since Billy Cannon we could participate. For tonight, the event, for tomorrow, what are you anticipating? Like, are you nervous? Are you excited? What's that like?
Excited is the word. I'm not nervous. I look at my kids and my grandkids and my family. Seem like they're enjoying this a lot more than I am. So it makes me happy to see them happy. And everybody's excited and looking forward to it.
It's been almost 50 years since you played your last game, which I'm sorry to say that out loud. I know you don't want me to say that.
Wow.
But when you wait that long, is there a point where you wondered, like, would this happen? Or did you ever think it might?
Oh, yeah. I did get to the point. I said, well, I hope I'm not in a wheelchair, or first of all, I hope it happens. But
Sure.
when it does, if it does happen, I just didn't want to be, 95 years old.
Yeah. Well, when your career ended, I would imagine even as a young man, you probably weren't thinking this, were you? I mean, you had a very storied career. I mean, you left as the all-time leading rusher in the history of the program. You were a Heisman finalist. It was you and Billy Cannon. I mean, it was just So, was there a point in your life where you started to become aware that this could be a possibility?
Probably I thought about it happening for me probably maybe 8 to 9 years ago.
Okay.
I think Coach Stovall was the last to be retired, and I think after his deal, I started thinking about it a little bit, that it could happen or it might happen. And when I got that phone call, man, it was like, wow. It kind of blew me away. So I was like, it was Verge Osbury that called and told me. And I was like, Verge, can I tell anybody this? or is this like, until it hits the media, keep it quiet? And he said, oh, you can tell those who are close to you. But he said, it'll be out in the media real soon, so you won't have to worry about that.
How long did you have to sit on it?
Well, I immediately called my 2 daughters, and I didn't have to. Once, probably a day or two. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
Charles Alexander's in studio with us. Of course, part of the ceremony is going to be at halftime, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the ceremony will be at halftime. So make sure if you are going to be in Tiger Stadium, and make sure you're in your seat. You're there for the ceremony there at the halftime. Do you know what the ceremony is going to be like? Do you have to have like a walkthrough or anything?
No. This is what I imagine. I just think that they're going to, me and my family is going to walk on the field, and they're going to unveil the number with my name, and maybe say a few words about my stats and everything. And I don't know, it might be a video or something. And, hopefully that's it.
What do you look forward to the most about this weekend?
Like I said before, man, just my family and friends, seeing them happy makes me happy. So, but I've been I'm like, man, a lot of recognition, man. I mean,
well-deserved.
Media exposure is so much different than it was when I was coming out of school. You basically had 2 guys that might interview you.
And they told lies.
And, you didn't have Facebook, you didn't have Instagram, you didn't have X, and you didn't have none of this. And now it's just crazy. It is really crazy. But a good crazy.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
When you walk onto the field, I would imagine everybody that's ever played on that field, when you walk out there, I'm sure it harkens certain memories or certain feelings and emotions. Like, do you still get those emotions because I know you still come back for games and you're in the stadium, but and the stadium's changed so much since you played.
Oh,
I mean, there wasn't even the West Upper, let alone the East and the South, and in the video boards, it was so different.
Right.
Like, are there things that are familiar and memories that sort of spark whenever you walk in?
When I played, the stadium held, I think when I first came to LSU, it held close to like 70,000. And my last year, in 78, the West Upper Deck was built. And that thing was, as a team, we couldn't believe that, oh man, they actually put an extra 10,000 seats. We thought playing in front of 78,000, I think that increased the stadium to about 78,000, and we were just like, man, this is awesome. And now, well over 100,000, and with the big screen televisions, it's totally different. It's definitely a show now. It's great.
When I go back and step on a baseball field, the second my feet hit that dirt, I feel like I'm supposed to have cleats on.
Wow.
It's like this is weird. Yeah. This is a weird feeling, and it's like it's hard because you, like you said, you spent so many hours on that field, and there's so many great memories, and you know, you're not supposed to be there as a spectator. You're supposed to be there as a player.
Right.
You know, and that's that hard thing to distinguish. I imagine that's a great feeling to be able to walk into that same stadium.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and have that and that same path, man. That's an awesome thing.
But the older you get, you're gonna like the bumps and bruises are gonna start coming back. So, Matt, you were at lunch today.
Yep.
We had 3 guys, and all of them were a lot younger than I am. So Matt calls them up to the stage one by one, and all of them basically, what was it, about a foot and a half, and they all just kind of like jumped up there. And,
to get on stage? So I get on
he calls
stage.
me last. And I the whole time sitting there, I was like, I need to find me some steps so I can get up here. 'Cause I am not trying to do that.
They had steps on the side. They had steps
on the side. And I was
funny.
like, I better take those steps. I'm going the safe way.
Yeah, well, so it was Football Friday at Lod Cook, and they had a panel with former Tigers. So Colin Jeter was there, Jared Mitchell, who was on the 07 team, Kevin Falk was there, and then Charles was the 4-member panel, and then Hester and Flynn did a separate panel later to talk about the 07 game. Charles Alexander is in our studio with us. His number 4 is going to be forever immortalized there at Tiger Stadium tomorrow. I'm going to step aside real quick. We'll come back, and we're going to do our pick-up segment, get a few more minutes here with Charles. We're glad to have, and I know he's got a scoop because he's got an event at Tiger Stadium coming up here in 48 minutes. I'm going to get you out. And by the way, traffic going to Tiger Stadium isn't going to be bad. I promise you, okay? You're going to get there from here really quickly.
So I don't need a helicopter?
No, you're not going to need a helicopter. This weekend they may give you one, consider it. But from our studio to there, you'll be there in 5 minutes from our studio.
Gotcha.
All right, real quick, it's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Clegg's Nursery with 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area, Siegen near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Tell you every day to buy local and shop local. Get on by and see our friends at Clegg's because they now have all of the fall decor set up. The pumpkins, the hay bales, squash gourds, scarecrows, all the things you need to decorate your outdoor space, your front porch, your back patio. Clegg's is the spot to get it all. And for all of you hunters, yes, they've got buckbusters and mobucks and rice bran and deer corn and all the stuff that you need to bring on in Bambi, like Theriot likes to do. So he can shoot them so I can eat them. You know the drill. But I'm telling you, this is I know for our family, it's one of our favorite times of year. Erica always goes and cleans up on all the pumpkins and decorate. I mean, you know Erica, the way she's going to decorate the house. So it's a great time to get on by and see these displays over at any of the Clegg's Nursery locations. So get on by this weekend, buy local, shop local. Tell them Matt sent you to Clegg's Nursery.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Well, the Bandits package in the ball game. There's the pressure, and the pass is picked off. That's Donaldson, and he will score.
1997, the night the goalpost fell, Cedric Donaldson with the dagger to put the Tigers up 2 scores, a lead they would not surrender. How many more great moments are we in for Saturday night in Tiger Stadium? One of them, I'll tell you for certain, is when Charles Alexander is going to have his jersey retired at halftime Saturday with LSU and Florida. It's going to be a great night. All right, Charles Alexander's in studio with us. We're going to move quickly because he's got an event at Tiger Stadium he's got to get to. He's our celebrity guest picker, so let's get to it. Hit us with the music if you would, Muse. All right, 10 games. We're just picking winners. No point spreads or anything.
All right.
So, Charles, you watch a lot of college football or a little college football?
I watched a little bit.
All right, a little bit. All right. We're going to dive into this. So if I ask, you know anything about Georgia Tech? It's all right if you don't. Don't worry about it. You good.
You know more than I do. I promise you.
Really? Okay.
Close your eyes and guess because my record stinks. Paulie, put the graphic up if you would. All right, through 2 weeks, I'm 11-9. Theriot's 5-15.
11-9.
Well, he had a 0-10 week 1.
5-15. I think
Yeah.
I can
They
do better.
I think you do
They
better
gave
than
me a
him.
goose egg. though.
Well, you didn't pick the games.
Yeah, I didn't show up, so they just said I was 0
Charles,
for 10.
if you go take a test and you don't show up for the test, what do you get? You in class and you don't show up for the test, what do you get?
Yeah, you
You get a 0.
flunk.
You get a 0.
Flunk.
That's what you got. You
I
got a 0.
flunked.
And
I
I
did.
even sent you the test.
You did.
I sent you the test.
You did.
He could have sent me his picks. He didn't send me his picks.
That's true.
He gets a 0.
You didn't take the 5 minutes out?
He didn't take. No,
I
he
did
didn't.
not. I did not.
So Zach Von Rosenberg, week 1 went 8-2, and last week the new voice of Tiger Stadium, Dixon McMakin, went 7-3, so a nice showing so far by our celebrity guest pickers. We'll see what Alexander the Great has in store here. All right, game number 1, I am going to ask about a former LSU opponent. Clemson is at Georgia Tech. Charles, you get the honors. Clemson, Georgia Tech. What you got?
Clemson.
Going Clemson, Mr. The Riot?
I think Georgia Tech's going to beat them.
Georgia Tech, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think if Clemson shows up and plays the way they did against Troy last week, they're going to get beat. Mm-hmm. But I think the real Clemson shows up, and I do like the Clemson Tigers. I'm with Charles on that one. All right, Georgia is at Tennessee. Charles, what you think?
Georgia.
Going Dogs?
Bulldog.
Yeah, Dogs in that one. I mean, I look, I can't stand Tennessee, so it really didn't matter who it was. I was going to pick the other two.
I'm having a really tough time with this one because I am not a believer in Georgia's quarterback. They are a young football team, and I think that quarterback that Tennessee has functions in this offense better than Nico did. But Tennessee ain't beat Georgia in 8 years, man. Wow. It is hard to go with Tennessee, so I will reluctantly agree with you and pick the Georgia Bulldogs. Right. But I love Tennessee in 3.5, and I would not be surprised at all if they won that game. All right, backyard brawl. Pitt is at West Virginia. Charles, who you like in that one?
I like West Virginia.
Going with the home team. All right. Mr. The Riot?
Really don't know anything about either one of these teams. I don't know. Pittsburgh sucks, though, just like the city. So give me West Virginia. It does. I hated playing there. I'm going to be honest. We go play the Pirates. That city was terrible. So give me West Virginia.
I will take Pitt. I'll take the Panthers in this game. Eli Holstein, Zachary Bronco.
He plays for Pitt?
He's the quarterback at Pitt.
Oh, can I change?
No, you already picked.
Dang it.
Should we let him change? No, we're not letting him change. He picked. Arkansas at Ole Miss. Charles, who do you think? Arkansas, Ole Miss.
Wow, that's a tough one there.
Pillow fight.
I'm going with Ole Miss.
Ole Miss at home?
Me too.
Yes.
Me too.
Arkansas has the best offense in the SEC through 2 weeks. However, they haven't played anybody with a pulse. I agree with you. I like Ole Miss on their home field to get the win over Arkansas. Texas A&M goes on the road to South Bend to take on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Aggies for real? Notre Dame lost their opener against Miami. Had a weird week 2 open date. So A&M at Notre Dame. Charles.
It's really tough for me to go with the Aggies. So I'm going to continue not to go with the Aggies. So give me Notre Dame.
I'm going to go Texas A&M here. I think they got better players.
Notre Dame, night game, big game environment. Beat A&M at Kyle Field last year. I know it's a different team, but I do like the Irish at home. Give me Notre Dame to win that one. Back to the SEC. This one I am fascinated by. Vanderbilt was just shellacked Virginia Tech. Now goes on the road to South Carolina, who has looked not great through 2 weeks. Charles, what you think? Vandy at South Carolina.
I'm going to take Vandy, believe it or not.
All right. I don't hate it.
Oh, man. Is that guy still the quarterback for Vanderbilt?
Diego Pavia.
Yeah. I kind of like him.
I know, dude.
I do. He's got edge. Give me that guy.
They also have a common opponent. They both played Virginia Tech. South Carolina struggled against Virginia Tech at a neutral site. Vanderbilt went to Blacksburg and beat the brakes off Virginia Tech in the second half. Now, the one thing I don't like is this is back-to-back road games for Vanderbilt. That is not easy to do, is to go on the road in back-to-back weeks. And so that gives me pause. It makes me want to lean South Carolina. Night game there in Columbia, but I would not be surprised one iota if Vanderbilt ended up winning this game. I will reluctantly take South Carolina at home because of the spot for Vanderbilt, but I hope y'all are right. I hope Vanderbilt beats the brakes off of South Carolina in that stadium. This is a weird one. Not many people are going to think much of, but Duke is at Tulane. If Tulane keeps rolling, Tulane could end up as the G5 representative in the college football playoff, and Tulane's former quarterback Darian Mintz is now the quarterback at Duke. Charles, Duke at Tulane.
I like Tulane.
I don't want Tulane to be any good because I don't want to hear their fans crap. So I'm gonna pick Duke here.
I agree with Charles. I'm going Tulane on their home field. They're a good team, lot to prove, good quarterback as well. I agree with Charles. Give me the Tulane.
Am I going to win any games this week?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have a lot of disagreement.
like one or two?
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I don't see how it goes. Because we got to get a couple more in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got to do 3 more. Tonight, Colorado is at Houston. Coach Prime in where you live. What you think about the Cougs?
Cougs are good, but, man, that's going to be a good game. I'm going to take a chance on prime time.
All right.
Me too. Of course I am.
Houston. What are y'all talking about? I mean, what are we doing here? Yeah, give me the Cougs on their home field tonight. I'll go against both of you on that. Because I got to fit another one in here before we get to LSU and Florida. Wisconsin is at Alabama. This is a giant 3-touchdown spread. Wisconsin at Bama.
Got to take Bama.
Yeah, no, we all got to take Bama.
You have to, but man, I wish they would lose.
I know. And Florida at LSU. Charles.
That's a no-brainer.
Easy.
LSU.
Tigers on losing on your big night.
No
doubt about it.
They're not going to let me down.
Give me a key to the game. What you looking forward to seeing tomorrow?
I'm looking forward to seeing 2 running backs rush for over 100 yards.
That's
what I want.
All right.
That'll be good enough for me.
From your lips to God's ears, please let that happen. I would be thrilled to see it. Charles Alexander the Great, 2-time All-American, Heisman Trophy finalist, first-round draft pick, and after tomorrow night will be the 4th LSU football player with his jersey retired in program history. Our sincere congratulations to you. Thank you for carving out the time to do this with us today. I know it has been a crazy, crazy busy week for you, but I appreciate sincerely you coming in here today.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
It's our pleasure. Now, I'm going to see you over at Tiger Stadium in about a half an hour, and I appreciate the invite to be there tonight as well.
Thank you.
That is Charles Alexander. We're going to knock out a break and continue here on AFR.
AFR. After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, and we are back after further review. And you guys couldn't see this. Muse and I were just talking about this during the break. I think if Charles Alexander was running at me right now with pads on, I don't know that I could tackle him. Muse, what do you got on that?
No, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of with you on that, man. I mean, the guy is still built. I feel like he could get out there and do a little something.
100%. So it was awesome visiting with Charles Alexander.
You saying you think Charles could get out there and do a little something?
I couldn't tackle him.
I'm saying that we couldn't tackle him still.
That's what I said. Dude,
I don't think he would want anybody to try to tackle him right now. But I'm gonna tell you this much, man.
he's a big man.
So you think about that guy running the football in his prime, like ahead of steam. That's it was the same with Billy Cannon too. Like I think sometimes, like we've joked here before when I laugh about people talking about Red Grange. I did this whole rant one time. People like, Red Grange is the greatest player. I'm like,
I remember that.
Red Grange played 100 years ago, and I'm sure 100 years ago he was magnificent. I'm sure he could probably do something. But, are we really going to sit here and talk about Jamar Chase and Red Grange? Leonard Fournette at 240 pounds running a 4.39 or whatever it was, 40. Come on. But there are guys, like you look at Charles Alexander, and Billy Cannon was the same way. Like Billy Cannon was a very large man who had legit track speed. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was a sprinter. Like he had legit track speed and was 6 foot. Billy Cannon was 6'2", 6'3". And when you think about 1958,
just a giant
as a running back at that size and speed, 1958. Like that's a guy that could play today. Like that would absolutely translate. You think about some linemen who were 260 pounds then, like that obviously wouldn't translate today where linemen are 310 pounds doing backflips. You know what I mean? That's a different world. Yeah. But anyway, Charles Alexander. I've known him a long time. When I was a young broadcaster on AFR in 2012. I was in my 3rd year here, and he got elected to the College Football Hall of Fame, and we connected at the time. And we did a series called Hall of Fame Moments. Can you pull one of them up? Just look in that folder. You'll see, I think it says edit or final or something like that. And we did it in conjunction with Charles. He has a Cajun seasoning. Come on, man, Cajun seasoning.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And so they still sell. You can go order stuff online. It's ComeOnManCajunSeasoning.com. It's like CMONMAN CajunSeasoning.com. CMONMAN CajunSeasoning.com. That's the website. There it is. I'll pull it right there. So you can order online. Paul, if you want to pull this up or put it back screen or whatever, you can see it's right there. It's awesome. He's got seasoning and seafood boil and all the hot sauce and all different kinds of stuff. It's great. Come on, man, CajunSeasoning.com. Yeah. So play one, Muse, if you would.
Former LSU All-American running back Charles Alexander has been elected to college football's Hall of Fame. Now, Come On Man Cajun Seasoning proudly presents Hall of Fame Moments with Charles Alexander.
I remember the Ole Miss game in Baton Rouge when we were on national TV. Back in those days, we might have got on national TV maybe once, twice a year. And the Heisman build-up was there. And they put in a couple of plays to really make me shine. I remember doing a little reverse and ended up catching a pass in the south end zone from David Woodley after he had handed it off from Steve Ensminger. I had a 64-yard run that particular game also. And we ended up winning the game on national TV, and that was a great memory because they were always special. It was just a great game to win.
This has been another Hall of Fame moment with LSU legend Charles Alexander, brought to you by Come On Man All-Purpose Cajun Seasoning. Learn more at ComeOnManCajunSeasoning.com and ask for Come On Man at all local retailers. Come on, man, and try it.
Your boy sounds like he's pinching his nose. How about that? That's 13 years ago.
It's funny how
I was 30. I was 30 years old.
John and I were talking about that the other day, how your voice has changed.
Isn't it weird?
Yep.
I mean, I guess that's kind of natural. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like it's anything different, but.
No, it's gotten better. It hadn't gotten worse.
Yeah. I sound like I was pinching my nose. Maybe it was something on the mic processing too. I don't know. I mean, it could.
You had a stupid voice.
Maybe I did have a stupid voice.
But you asked good questions, and you were nice. And so here we are. It's gotten better. You practiced your voice. Did you take voice lessons?
I did not. No, didn't. Didn't do that.
Yeah. It has changed, though, tremendously.
Isn't that weird? So that was 13 years ago we did that. So I got to know Charles then. We've stayed in touch over the years. He is the thing about Charles that always stands out to me, and I think most everyone listening or watching that will understand this when I say it. He is a truly humble man who has done, by any standard, some amazing things that does not view himself in that light.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is LSU football, and they are retiring his jersey. Think about that. In this program's history, they're retiring that man's jersey. There's only 3 other guys it's ever happened for. Now, there will be others in the future that will come, no doubt. But still, that's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Heisman finalist, first-round pick, played in a Super Bowl, all the stuff, right? 2-time All-American. At the time, I think he was second 2-time first-team All-American in LSU history. But he just does not view himself in that way. He is a truly remarkable, humble man that is easy to cheer. He has been so kind to me over the years, and I'm thrilled for him. You can tell I'm thrilled for him and his family. It was cool. They had an event today at Lod Cook, Football Fridays, and he was there. He was part of the panel. He was there with his daughter, with his grandchildren, and that's going to be an awesome thing, man. It's going to be an awesome thing and I love events like this because it's an opportunity for generations to come together. And I don't mean to be sappy or wax poetic, but really the reason you do things like this is to recognize the very important history of the organization. And so when Charles is gone, future generations of parents are going to take their children to Tiger Stadium, and they're going to look and see Alexander Four and say, "Daddy, who is that?"
Yep.
And they're going to tell the story. And that's why it's important to have things like that, because he is an important part of LSU's football history. And that's why I like that they've done Billy Cannon's statue, and they have Skip's statue now, and in all sports they've done a great job of doing these number retirements and commemorative plaques, because it is important. It's why we have museums and things like that, to remember the historical past of all these events and these people and these organizations. And so I'm very excited that they're doing this.
How cool is it that he wants you to be up there doing this
Yeah.
It's pretty neat, man.
It's a small thing.
Very cool, though.
It's and I'm humbled. But he asked, Charles asked Emily Dixon with the L Club to if she could reach out to me to see if I'd be willing to do the Q&A with him tonight at his
awesome.
event. So
that's awesome.
So it's family and teammates in the West Stadium Club tonight. It's not like an open to the public thing or anything. It's a reception they're doing for him, but there is going to be a Q&A with him that he asked me to do with him. So I'm more than thrilled to go spend a couple hours on my Friday night to go do that for Charles. It's awesome. So I appreciate him for being here with us. All right, it is after further review. Oh, by the way, was at Supper Club earlier this week for dinner. They got a new Sagrera cow in. I think I mentioned this before, but if you haven't heard it yet. So I need to get Chef Layton to tell me, but on a scale, there's Prime, USDA Choice and USDA Prime. There's a scale that they number it. And Chef Layton was explaining this to me. I'm just an idiot. I don't understand it, but I understood this. He's like, a 3 to a 6 is Choice, and a 6 to a 9 is Prime, USDA Prime, and there's nothing beyond that. It's just like plus, right? So these Sagrera cows that he's getting, it's like a 14. The marbling is incredible. Like you just don't see it. So anyway, I am fired up. So they got it in on Wednesday. They butcher it in-house. I'm telling you, go to Supper Club. Whatever Sagrera cuts they have available, get it. Get it. It'll be maybe a once-in-a-lifetime type thing. SupperClubBTR.com for reservations. Or, remember, it's always open seating at the bar. You can pop on in. They have 14 bar stools and I think 7 bar area tables. You don't need a reservation. It's first come, first serve there. So you can always pop on in, maybe try your luck, pop on into Supper Club. Football Friday, weekends here. Get on by and see our friends over at Supper Club. SupperClubBTR.com. SupperClubBTR.com. All right, we got to do our LSU, Florida, and Saints 49ers predictions. And the one thing we didn't get to yet is I did want to talk about the future scheduling because I had a conversation with Verge Osbury earlier today. And you know the SEC is going to a 9-game football schedule moving forward? Well, so part of the mandate is that you have one Power 4 non-conference game in the future. So you'll have 9 league games, 1 Power 4, and then 2 G5 or whatever. So a lot of schools had scheduled, years in advance. Well, now they're having to cancel some of these series because, like, if you had 2 Power 4 non-conference in the same year, well, now you're not going to play 9 SEC games and 2 Power 4s. So you're seeing a lot of these schedules canceled. So Florida today canceled 3 future schedules. So I called Verge Osbury, and he and I had a convo earlier today, and he told me that the LSU Arizona State series is going to be postponed. But get this. That contract was originally signed in 2001.
ASU?
Yes. So here's what happened. So the original contract was signed in 2001 to play in 05-06. 05 in Baton Rouge, 06 in Tempe. Well, Hurricane Katrina hits in 05. And the game, if you remember, you were playing ball at this time, so you may not remember this. But they ended up moving the game on short notice to Tempe. And it was basically like, it was an LSU home game, but they used it just as like a fundraiser for Katrina relief. But anyway, because LSU didn't get the home game, they weren't going back to Tempe in 26. So what they did is they agreed to push it into future years. So they pushed it to 2029, 2030. They just pushed it like 20 years in the future, right? Like basically, we'll figure it out when we get there. Well, here we are. Well, now LSU also had a series, a home and home with Oklahoma scheduled, non-conference, in 27 and 28. So it was 28, 29. So anyway, it was 27, 28 with Oklahoma that they had to cancel. And so, you're right. So anyway, they had to find. So the Oklahoma game got canceled. They had to hurry and find opponents. So so in 2027, next year they play Clemson in Baton Rouge. 2027 was going to be the first Oklahoma game. Now they're going to play a one-time neutral site against Houston in Houston. And then they agreed to a home and home with SMU in 28 and 29. Well, the 29 game would have been the first against Arizona State.
Okay.
So they would have been playing 2 Power 4s. So now they're bumping Arizona State again. So basically, this contract that was signed in 2001 is going to get bumped again.
Let's do it 2050.
Like if they ever get to it. Like I don't know what they're going to do because LSU has a home and home with Utah in like 30 and 31. And so anyway, but the Arizona State game is going to be pushed back. That series is not going to be played. And Verge also told me there's a really good chance that Louisiana Tech could be coming back to LSU again next year.
Okay.
So, and then because they'll continue to do the Louisiana State schools.
Yeah.
So they'll play their 9 conference games, 1 Power 4 non-conference, that's 10, and then the other 2 games will be Louisiana schools. Now, you have a couple already booked, like you have one against UTSA and some other, whatever, but everyone that's open and moving forward said they'll be Louisiana schools.
Cool. I like
that. Tech, well, it's not done, but there's a really good chance Tech could be coming back next year. And then in 2027, I think ULM is probably the in-state non-conference that'll come in. The other thing was interesting he told me is they are looking at a week 0 for next year before they play Clemson and Baton Rouge.
That would be great.
He said they're not going to make a decision on that. And this is all at LouisianaSports.net, by the way. If you want to read it, it's all at LouisianaSports.net. He said they're not going to make a decision on that until they get the SEC schedule, which will be in December. So they want to see who they have, who they're playing, when, where, all that sort of stuff. And when they get the SEC schedule, then they'll make a decision about week 0. But they have some irons in the fire there.
I would really like that.
Why?
Just a good warm-up game.
Yeah.
I think it's good. Dress rehearsal.
Even after they won this year?
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, I went to the game before, the scrimmage before. It wasn't a game.
But this would actually be a game.
I want to see a game. Mm-hmm. I do.
Okay. All right, it's after further review. Friday shows are brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Thrilled to have you hanging out with us here. We'll knock out our final break of the show, come back, we'll get a pick on LSU, Florida, Saints, Niners, and we'll do Ask Ryan, so get your questions in here. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by River City's 1 hour air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. Tomorrow is Saturday. Means that's the weekend. And you might be thinking, man, if you're I get it. It's 90 degrees. We had a little cold snap earlier this week.
It was really nice.
One day I woke up, it was like 62 degrees. Like, oh, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Not no more. It's 90.
Right.
It's 90 degrees right now at 5:45 in the afternoon.
Correct.
So if you get home and your AC is not working or it goes kaput at some point this weekend or it's just not keeping up, you don't have to wait till Monday. You don't have to wait till Monday till everything reopens. Just call River City's 1 hour air. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. They come out nights, holidays, weekends. They'll come out because you don't need to be going to bed sweating. Call River City's 1 hour air. 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
It'll be Daniels who pulls around the right edge, got a block on the edge, and Daniels off to the races. Midfield, 35-30, 25-20. Still outrunning Gators to the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Tigers. 85-yard touchdown for Jaden Daniels.
The ignition switch for JD5's Heisman campaign 1 week after being concussed by Alabama. He went, 500 yards of offense against the Gators. Take that, Florida. How you like me now? And just like that, JD5 back at the top of the Heisman polls, the Heisman odds, and ultimately claimed college football's most prestigious award. Tigers and Gators, mañana. What do you think?
Man, I think it's going to be a good game. It always is. I'd like to see the offense kind of develop an identity. I think we're going to win games a little bit differently this year. From the defensive side, which is exciting, but I do want to see the offense step forward and kind of show who you are. I think the Tigers are going to win this one. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm going to say, 27-17, but I do think LSU wins.
It's funny. Our margin is identical. I have LSU 24-14. I think this is a game where I love hearing Lee Sterling come on and pick LSU to win in a blowout. I love hearing those types of predictions from people who are coming from an impartial, third party perspective. I think LSU in this game knows when you have a defense like LSU has, you don't need to take certain risks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, when you know, first of all, Florida with DJ Lagway, that offense has been rusty. He has not looked sharp. And they don't have the playmakers that Florida has had. They got a big back. Ball's a 240, 250-pound back. He's a big guy. But this isn't some of the great talent we've seen at Florida offenses in the past. And even if they did, we watched LSU go on the road to Clemson with a fifth-year senior starting quarterback, all-conference and all-America players all over the field, and held them to 10 points on their home field. By the way, 3 of those points came after an LSU turnover when he gave him a short field. Like, Florida, I just don't see a world where Florida comes to Baton Rouge and scores 28. I just don't see that. Now, if LSU gives it to them, there's a busted coverage, there's a kick return, a scoop and score. Like, that's how something can get away from you. So all that said, I think LSU knows you go into this game and you make it a defensive ball game. Like, lean on your defense, don't put them in a bad spot. And so that means offensively, you don't need to risk things offensively. You need to make sure you keep Garrett upright, which is doing what you did against Clemson.
Sure.
You get the ball out quickly. You're sound fundamentally offensively. You get what you can get in the running game, and you're going to make some plays. You're going to have opportunities to score. Now, I think Florida's defense is really good as well, which I think this is an underplay. The total was 51 when it opened. It's down to 46.5. And I think it's an instance of the odds makers just still haven't adjusted properly to LSU's defense. They just haven't quite figured out how good this LSU defense is when they're setting lines, because they have a certain point spread value, and they have just not caught up enough. Mm-hmm. And it's the thing that I know I've said in every preseason. I don't think the people that do analytics have learned how to properly account for the transfer portal yet, because you look at things like returning production, and LSU is one of the bottom in the league in returning production. But they went and added a whole bunch of friggin' 22 and 23-year-old stars.
Yeah, take their production, though.
Right. So that's the thing that I think a lot of the metrics haven't accounted for. And so I just think they're missing on LSU. The Clemson game, my favorite play was the under. In this game, my favorite play is the under. I have it LSU 24-14. I think it's just like big brother putting his hand on little brother's head, and little brother's just swinging like this, trying to clip him, and you're keeping him at arm's length the whole time. That you just don't let him get close enough to clip you. Mm-hmm. And I think that's how this game goes. I think it's one of those where it's probably not going to be the most aesthetically pleasing game, but you get through it, you get a win, you get a breather next week against Southeastern, and then when you go to Oxford, it's time to jam. Mm-hmm. And I think that's maybe when you start to see that ascent offensively, and LSU hit their stride throughout October. So I like LSU. I like them 24-14 in this ball game. I would not bet a side in this, because in that scenario, you're a busted play. You're a field goal away from losing a cover. But I think this is another game where it's an underplay. I think this is a defensive game with two really good defenses and offenses that are still trying to find themselves just a little bit. All right, brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. We'll give you a Saints-Niners pick here in just a second as well. We only got a couple minutes. southpointvw.com, new and certified, pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. Tell you all the time to shop online, and once you do that, you can work out your financing online, year, make, model, body style, price, all of it online, pictures online, financing online, all of it, southpointvw.com, and then go test drive one airline just north of Highland, southpointvw.com. It's South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction? All right, Saints-Niners, what you got?
Saints are going to win. Brock Purdy's out. Saints are winning this ball game. Spencer Rattler looked pretty good last week. Yeah, man, give me the Saints here. I like where they're at. A little bounce back game.
You picked the Saints last week too.
Yeah, and look, they played good. They played good.
They played well enough to lose.
They did. They did not win, but no Brock Purdy, man. And
no Brock Purdy.
No Brock Purdy,
but the San Francisco 49ers defense is still one of the best defenses in the NFL, and Spencer Rattler is still the Saints quarterback, and the Saints might be down 2 offensive linemen. I don't know how the Saints score a point in this game.
Oh, they're going to be okay.
They are not going to be okay offensively in this game. I like the Niners 17-13.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's Mac Jones isn't coming in here to light up the world, but the Saints aren't going to do a thing against that 49ers defense. Like Bosa, come on. Like Fred Warner, they're going to elevate because they have to. It's the Niners defense is going to win this game, 17-13 Niners. Have a great weekend. See you.
After further review.
As we get on down the road, remind you about Our Lady of the Lake Championship Health partner of LSU Athletics. You know, when you're in Tiger Stadium on Saturday and if there's an injured player or the trainers go out, those are Our Lady of the Lake physicians and trainers. The same health care staff that takes care of the Tigers, both on the field, on the court, on the diamond, take care of the LSU students at the Student Health Center as well. And then also, of course, everyday champions like you and me, with hospitals like the Regional Medical Center on Essen, standalone children's hospital where we'll actually be on Monday. Drew's got an appointment with Dr. Shaw over there, who's incredible. What a resource that is, not just for Baton Rouge, but our entire community to have the Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital right there. Amazing, amazing resource for families who need it. Really thrilled with the partnership that we've had and the way that Our Lady of the Lake and the Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady service the entire community. It's Our Lady of the Lake and LSU. Together, we rule.